Welcome everybody to another edition of a Generation Hope vlog. If I look a bit rough, and sorry for the lighting, it's now 11:20. But I really wanted to share this video with you because I just felt that you'd be blessed by this. The reason for wanting to share this video is that I was at church tonight, and before you switch off, don't worry, I'm not going to preach to you. But I wanted to share what really inspired me, and probably one of the reasons why I'm still up at 11:20, even though I've got to be up first thing in the morning. But my pastor read something from the Bible, and I just felt that it was appropriate for anybody, no matter who you was, whether you're a Christian, non-Christian, believer in God, non-believer in God. This is something that if you're talking about trying to be successful in your life and taking your life from point A to point B, that you had to hear this, seriously. So I just want to quickly read you something. So please don't switch off once again. I'm not going to preach at you or anything like that. I'm not here to do that. I just really want to encourage you with something that really encouraged me to continue to try and fulfill our dreams, what we're trying to do with Generation Hope and other things and other projects that we're involved with. So I'm just going to read you something from the Bible. It's actually taken from, for those that are interested, from the book of Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians chapter 3. It's actually written by a guy named Paul. But it reads, and we'll take it probably from verse 7. The title of this chapter was actually Warning Against Idleness. Okay, so we'll read it from 7, and it says this: For you yourselves know how you ought to follow our example. Understand this. He says follow our example, so what they were doing. We were not idle when we were with you, nor did we eat anyone's food without paying for it. They wasn't looking for charity. Okay, they worked hard and they paid for their food. On the contrary, we worked day and night, laboring and toiling so that we would not be burdened to any one of you. We did this not because we did not have the right for such help, but in order to make ourselves a model for you to follow. For even when we were with you, we gave you this rule: if a man will not work, he shall not eat. Let's say that last bit again. If a man will not work, he shall not eat. He goes on to finally say this: we hear that some among you have become idle. They are not busy, they are busy bodies. Scary. Now, what did I want to take from that? Obviously, Christians is all about faith and believing in a God to provide. But Paul understood that sometimes what was happening was people were sitting back and just chilling and believing that just by prayer and having faith alone was enough to get the job done. But the Bible's telling us clearly that, you know what, no, you've got to put in the work. And it's your faith that causes you to do the work. So here's the thing. If you're looking to be successful in whatever it may be, and I see a lot of people talking about they want to have financial success. Okay, it's a big one at the moment. Everybody wants financial success. You're only going to get financial success if you put in the work. I see loads of people talking about they want to be a manager or they want to be the boss. You want to be the manager, you got to put in the work. Now the thing is, I'm not telling you something that I don't do. What I mean by that, it's easy for me to come on here and preach and say all these things that you're meant to do. But let me show you something. I'm up at 5:30 every morning. It's now 11:20 and we're still on our grind. Okay? There's times I'm emailing my team and I'm emailing at 6:30 in the morning. I'm on the train working before I get to my meeting in London at 9. I'm emailing at 11 o'clock. Now I'm not saying that you have to do those hours. But what I'm saying, to get to the top takes work. I don't care how talented you are, how gifted you are, how much knowledge you have, how educated you are, whatever it may be. If you do not put in the hard work, Paul was a man, okay, gifted more than most people will ever be gifted on this earth. And he says that he toiled day and night. He had to put in the work. We were born to work, whether you like it or not. And the thing is, if you're not prepared to work, you're not prepared to eat. Now, I'm not talking about those people, unfortunately, who've lost their job in this economy. I'm not talking about those people who, unfortunately, for ill health can't work. But we know a lot of people who don't want to work at all, who willfully don't want to work. Well, you shouldn't eat. problem is we've become a nanny state now. But my encouragement is this. If you're one of those that really want to be successful, that really want to do something with your life, do you know what? Sign up and say, I may not be the most educated, I may not be the most talented, I may not be the most gifted, but you know what? There is going to be nobody's going to work harder than me. Nobody. And believe me, if you put that work in, you can surpass those that have the so-called wisdom. You can surpass those that so-called have the talent. Because hard work, there is no substitution for. I remember Will Smith saying this. He's saying, you put me on a treadmill, there may be a guy that's faster than me, but no one's going to last longer than me. I'm going to work harder than everybody, even if I have to be on my hands and knees on that treadmill. The question is, would you do that? Now here's the thing. I want to give you an example, great example that really blew my mind, and I only got the correlation between the two after I heard the pastor speak today. I was in my garden on the weekend and we had an ant's nest growing. I was like, okay, I gotta get rid of this. So I knocked it down. Thinking all the ants are gone, I'm okay, now it's cool. Garden's looking nice again. Went out the next day. If you imagine the ant's nest was like that, I knocked it all the way down flat. Next thing you know, it was back to there. In a day. Little ants, in a day, had almost 1/3 of the way rebuilt their home. What that showed me, I looked at those ants and I studied them for about 5 minutes. I was just in awe at how hard they worked. But the Bible actually says we should be like ants. And the reason he said that is because ants don't need a boss to tell them to get out of bed. Ants don't need a commander-in-chief to say, this is what you need to do. They just do it. Okay? Now the thing is, the question I'm going to say to you is, tomorrow morning, are you going to wake up and just do it? Be 100%. Give it 110%. And I guarantee you will see the rewards. Reflect on today. Say to yourself, did you put the work in that's going to take you to the places where you dream of? Whatever that may be, financial success, a marriage, your kids, your career, your church, it don't matter, whatever it is. Did you do the work that it takes to be a success? So be encouraged. I was encouraged. I just want to work tonight. Still need to sleep. But I realize if I want to get to the places where I want to get to, and GenHope to get to the place where it needs to get to, it's going to take hard work and determination. Hard work and determination. So I encourage you with this, with the strap line for Generation Hope. God's gift to us is life, and what we do with that life is our gift back to God. God bless you, have a great evening, and here's to working at 110%. See you at the top.